Hi guys, Ronnie here. Today I want to talk about smart trainers for indoor training. They are all the rage now, or so it seems. It's a huge trend now. Riding on Zwift, riding indoors, training road, etc. Avoiding the nasty winter weather. So yeah, it's a very effective method of training, both in terms of time and efficiency of the training and training impact and the results as well, because you've got precise intervals set and very repeatable conditions, etc. So in order to fully maximize your indoor training experience, uh, most people say that you really need uh, a smart trainer, so one that is actually controlled by some kind of software and changes your resistance as you're riding along. Now, is this really the case? Now, for the previous 2 seasons, I've had regular dump trainers, should I say, which is an Elite Turbo Murin, and that had a fixed resistance that progressively got higher and higher as you were rotating the drum quicker. Whereas this new LED Reto has electronically controlled resistance. So that's the main difference. You've got a piece of software, Zwift for example, on a computer, and that says or tells the trainer how much resistance you're going to need. Now, if you want to ride Zwift for fun, then you definitely do need a smart trainer to be able to fully enjoy it, because otherwise it's just going to be a bit of a dull experience. But as I'm more of a racer and competition focused rider, I really don't just ride around on Zwift. If I want to ride around, I go outside, and if I'm forced to ride indoors, ride on Zwift, I actually say forced because no matter how much better Zwifting is compared to standard turbo training, it's, I don't know, for me it's still not a full replacement to riding outdoors, because there I can put down more power, I can hurt myself much more and for a longer period of time, and also it's uh, most of the time it's more enjoyable as well and more fun. So I just perceive Zwift as the least worst option of indoor training, should I say. So yeah, if you wanna do that, if you wanna do this Zwift fun rides, then yeah, without a smart trainer, it's going to be a pretty dull experience, and you can add to the mix these kind of special carpet for some very realistic road feel. But joking aside, since I only use Zwift for its uh, workout mode basically, and its workouts, I have found out that maybe the smart trainer wouldn't or isn't as much of an advantage over there, because when you put Zwift into workout mode, then you don't really get resistance based on the terrain changes on the Zwift map you're riding. And even if I put turn air mode off, which I do because I hate it, because I don't know, it just really doesn't suit me for those shorter intervals or even the longer ones. The resistance is just not how I want it to be, because if you just start pedaling a bit faster, you get less resistance, and it's just constantly trying to match the power to the cadence that you've got going. And I'm a really light rider at 60 kilos with chopstick legs, and sometimes Zwift is trying to force me to ride full power near or even above threshold at for example 90 cadence, and it's just not doable for me, with these kind of uh, muscle mass, should I say. So I really need to spin up higher. And when I want to do that, when I try to shift my gears, even with the erg mode off, the trainer still tries to somewhat compensate for those shifts, but it does it in a strange way and in a not very smooth way. And both the Wahoo, a kicker that I've tried recently, and my LED Reto both do that, and it's just a strange sensation with this uneven and unstable resistance, should I say, and it just makes it a lot harder and a lot less natural than it should be, I think. And with my old trainer, it just wasn't the case. You just selected your gear, and the resistance just stayed there. If you try to spin the gear faster, you're putting out more power, and if you just downshifted or upshifted, whatever, then you could set pretty much an ideal cadence for a given power at any point for any duration. And yeah, it's a bit weird with this turbo trainer. One thing that just got to my mind that might influence that is the fact that I'm using a non-round ring. That could affect the trainer itself and its perception of the power you're putting out, because you're not pulling the same amount of chain through during the pedal stroke, but that's just really speculation of mine. So yeah, if you're only trying to do workouts, then I think a standard trainer with non-adjustable resistance or manually adjustable resistance should be pretty much sufficient for the job. And the same goes for, if you want to just warm up for a time trial or a road race, criterium, soccer cross event, whatever, it's going to do the job. So I don't think you should really spend hundreds or even thousands of euros or dollars, whatever, on an expensive high-end turbo trainer if you're not going to use that for those Zwift rides or for these situations where you can actually reap all the benefits. Now, if you'd like to know more about my turbo trainer setup, my bike setups, then don't forget to tune into my channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.